you very much. So Srila Prabhupada used to say that when we were talking about we're discussing about the material things, our duration of the life is reduced. But when you talk about the Krishna Katha, which is of two types, Bhagavad Gita spoken by the Lord, Bhagavatam spoken about Krishna. So the duration of life, sun will not plunder our duration of life. Rather, our duration of life will extended up to the point of immortality. Today also the same things is given one of the verses that Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Jabeti Tattva. So who understand my Janma and Karma in truth, my activities and appearance, he will not take birth again. So this hearing process is very, very paramount priority and important in our in advancing spiritual life. So it will not only purify us, it will give us knowledge, because perfect knowledge guides us for perfect action, and perfect action guides us for perfect liberation, which is bhakti actually. So today we are going to talk about, before we start, a little bit of recapping of things. So in last chapter, we have studied the Karma Yoga. The Karma Yoga, we've studied this theme. Actually, I will go to the little bit of easy way to present it. The summary is that Arjuna was confused whether he is to act or renounce the action. So then Krishna immediately said that no, renunciation is very difficult because you are not so purified in the heart, and all of a sudden you renounce is not good. Better you act, but with detachment. That is better. That is called Karma Yoga. So then Krishna was explaining about this, that even after you are qualified to renounce, still you act, still you do the action in order to set the right example. That is called Niskama Karma Yoga. That means you work with detachment just to set the example. Even after you are so renounced, in order to set an example, correct example, you do that. Then finally, Krishna says that lust is the formidable enemy on the path of yoga. Because whole idea of karma yoga or work with detachment to culminate to the point of knowledge. But who is the impediment? The lost is impediment. Lost is the impediment for our progress, and that lost can be curbed or subdued by the transcendental knowledge. Therefore, Krishna now jumped to the chapter 4. That no, I will teach you now how you can perform the action with transcendental knowledge, so that you will not be incurred any sins. So actually, the thing is that dutiful and detached work. You have to work, but at the same time detach. And what is the result of that dutiful detached work? Is knowledge. That is called transcendental knowledge, today's topics. And understand or attain the knowledge by experiment. Karma yoga means, first of all, you work with detachment. By experimenting that, you will come to the knowledge. And how the knowledge descends, how the knowledge you can attain, everything is in chapter 4. So in order to summarize the chapter 3 Karma Yoga, Arjuna is still confused. He thinks that Buddhi Yoga means one should retire from active life and practice penance and austerity. But Krishna says, no, fight. But do in the spirit of renunciation and offer all your result to the Supreme. This is the best purification. By working without attachment, one attains the Supreme. Performing sacrifices for the pleasure of the Lord guarantees material prosperity, freedom from sinful reaction. Even self-realized person never gives up his duty. He acts for the sake of educating others. That is called setting example. And Arjuna then asked the Lord, what is that causes one to engage in sinful act? Because unless one is purified, we cannot attain the Supreme. But what is the stumbling block? What provoked the man to engage in sinful act? Krishna answered that this is the lust which induces one to sin. The lust bewilders one and entangles one into the material world. Lust presents itself in the senses, mind, intelligence. These are the strategic locations. But it can be counteracted by self-control or by knowledge. Knowledge means to self-control it. No? So here in chapter 4, Lord jumped to the transcendental knowledge. So this chapter 4 has a sixth theme. First of all, Lord is speaking about the parampara of transcendental knowledge. What is the history of Bhagavad Gita? When it is started, why it is started, how it is started. This is all history of Bhagavad Gita. Then in second theme, Krishna is explaining about the divine nature of his appearance and activities. Then in third theme, he's speaking about the how to apply your transcendental knowledge. And fourth one, he's telling how to understand your karma on the platform of knowledge. That is very important. If we do not have transcendental knowledge, our action will not have a good effect or will not lead to liberation. And finally, Krishna says that how to attain this transcendental knowledge. You have to approach a guru to get this knowledge. And what is the result of attaining transcendental knowledge? If you get this transcendental knowledge by approaching this supreme spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, then you can liberate from this material bondage. So this is all the things, all the themes is there. So we can move little bit up to understand more. So Krishna spoke this first transcendental knowledge about Krishna should be received by disciplic succession. Today we are going to study this one. And also we will cover this, reveals the truth about Krishna form, his birth, his activities. Knowing this truth, one who takes shelter of Krishna becomes purified and attains Krishna. So we will focus on these two themes because these two themes are very important than rest of the themes actually. So today we are going to start this knowledge, lineage of transcendental knowledge. That means history of Bhagavad Gita and propagation of this knowledge. So the history of Bhagavad Gita is Krishna is speaking that this transcendental knowledge that imam vivasute jogam praktavan aham abhyam vivasane manava praha manur ikhyoko abrapit. This knowledge is not just artificial knowledge, just like a materially concocted knowledge that I manufacture that knowledge. No, that knowledge has to be come down. That knowledge has to be come down in a disciplic succession parampara. How it is? Because this knowledge has been first spoken by the Lord, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. It is not that 5,000 years Lord first spoke this knowledge to Arjuna. No. First he spoke this knowledge to Vivasana. This Vivasana is the sun god. This authority of the sun god, is the king of all planet. So he is first, in the beginning Lord spoke. Because why? Because he is a king. And king duty is to protect his citizen, his subject. So if king is enlightened or educated by this transcendental knowledge, by the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, so that he can protect the citizen, on that basis also induce them also to take up this knowledge. That is why the Lord started from the royal order. And in third chapter, we understood in third chapter, last session, that Yadyat Acharati Shrestha, this leader is very important. Whatever the leader set example, ordinary people follow. A whole society is leader-driven society. Everywhere you say leader-driven, either communist or spiritual also, we have a leadership, communist also, capitalist also leader. Everybody is leader-driven society. Therefore, Krishna is beginning this teaching of Bhagavad Gita or wisdom of Bhagavad Gita to from the royal order to the royal order. And he spoke to the Vivasana, sun god, and sun god is the king of all planets. Yes, Chakuresha Savita Sakala Grahana Raja Samasta Sura. Srimad Bhagavatam say that, even science also say that sun is the king of all planets. And sun god is not like vacant something. Every planet is full of citizens. Just like a country, a country is built, not that nobody will stay. Their population will be there. All planets has been created for particular purpose. The inhabitant. So in this way, this knowledge is received and also propagated. In order to preserve this knowledge, we have to propagate. Supposing if I speak something, then you know something. And just like we learned from Prabhupada, Prabhupada learned from his guru. In this way, Krishna is speaking, disciplic succession. If Krishna won't speak it, how to preserve this knowledge? This knowledge will not be preserved. After Krishna, nobody will be there to propagate this knowledge. Just like Prabhupada. Prabhupada has come and Prabhupada also preached whatever he learned from his spiritual master. In this way, the knowledge has been preserved in disciplic succession. We are also speaking in this way, the knowledge will be passing out, preserved. Everybody will come to know. If nobody will speak, the knowledge will be lost. Or if anybody manipulate the knowledge, misinterpret, in this way also knowledge will be lost. The two-way knowledge will be lost. If it is not propagated, if it is misinterpreted. So therefore, Krishna is speaking to this here, and Krishna particularly did not give this knowledge to ordinary person. Somebody may ask why Krishna spoke to Vivasana, this king of sun planet, because ordinary person normally because only royal order people, if they get this knowledge, they can propagation will be widely, outreach will be widened. Therefore, he spoke to the particular royal order king. And in this way, history of Bhagavad Gita is, if you calculate, it is like 2 million years ago, it was spoken, not 500,000. 2 millions of year, because the Vivasana is from the sun planet, sun dynasty, Lord Ramachandra, Tetya Yuga. Tetya Yuga, we have read from the Srimad Bhagavatam, there are so many kings are there. And Tetya Yuga is 2 million years before the knowledge has been spoken, and this knowledge has been coming down. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarusya vidya sakalena mata jaganasta saparantapa. And this science, the supreme science, this transcendental knowledge received through the chain of disciplic succession. Saintly king understood it is in that way. In course of time, succession is broken, therefore science, it appears to be Lord. That means this knowledge has to be come down from the disciplic succession. If it is broken, or if it broken due to absent of preachers or absent misinterpretation of the message, then Krishna is again reviving this knowledge and making Arjuna as a disciplic succession. So if anybody wants to understand Bhagavad Gita, one must has to follow the disciplic succession, how Arjuna understood, the way the Arjuna understood. Otherwise, we cannot. Just like I go to attend in Australia, when I was in Australia, there are so many management colleges. Most of them are not affiliated. If we are coming out from a non-affiliated college, the government or company may not recognize you. There is no affiliation. So the university, we are writing our education, we are going to a university which is affiliated. So this disciplic succession means is affiliated actually. Is affiliated. It has been passed through properly in a chain. Therefore, it is very important. So 5,000 years ago, Krishna detected that this knowledge has been broken because nobody is competent to preach the message as it is. Therefore, he started this, this disciplic succession with Arjuna. This is the way that that one has to receive this knowledge. This is history of Bhagavad Gita. It is not that we can manufacture the law. There is no question of manufacturing it. You cannot go to a court, say that I manufacture this law. Everything has to be there in constitution, everything there, and it has to be passed by the lawyers. You cannot manufacture that, oh, I have now new law, new action. So many of these gurus and all the things, they have the problem of they do not follow the disciplic succession. If you do not receive the knowledge through disciplic succession, it has no effect. Even mantra also no effect. Sampradaya vina mantra hi nispalam. It has no power effective. It has to be connection, then only power. Just like a electric current, it has to be connected with the proper way, then it will give the current. It will, the electricity will pass. Otherwise, electricity will not pass. So then in third verses, Krishna say that Swayabhayam Mayatyadya Yoga Prakta Puratana Bhakto Simi Sakacheti Rahasamyetaditam. This transcendental knowledge about Krishna should be received by disciplic succession, first of all. And secondly, what is the qualification of receiving this knowledge? Because as you know that Bhagavad Gita, it is stated in also Purana, Vishnu Purana, it is stated that there are two classes of people, devotees and demons. And Lord selected Arjuna as a recipient of the great science owing to become a devotee of the Lord. Because why? Because demon, it is not possible to understand the great mysterious sign. It is not possible for the demons. Therefore, Arjuna, the whole, because qualification to receive this knowledge is Bhaktosimi Sakhacheti. You have to be a friend and you have to be a devotee of the Lord. Therefore, those who are devotees of the Lord Vaishnava, they can understand this mystery. There are so many people are reading Bhagavad Gita, I have met it, but they do not understand. India particularly, so many. But because they are not devotee, they are not coming from a disciplic succession, and they cannot receive. They cannot. It is not a academic, your academic knowledge will not help. Krishna says, Rahasam yatad uttamam. This is a mysterious science, and it cannot be understood by our intellectual gymnasium. It has to be understood through the process of bhakti. Lord Shiva said that aham vedmi, sukham vedmi, vyasa vedmi, na vedmi. I understand Bhagavatam, Sukadev understand, Vyasa also may not. Why? Because you cannot understand by other thing. Bhaktya. Through bhakti only we can understand this knowledge. Bhaktya grahyam. Without bhaktya, we cannot grasp this knowledge. So this is the qualification of Arjuna qualification. So without bhakta, we cannot understand. Many people come that they are not bhakta, they are trying to understand, they misinterpret. They do not know what is the content and crux, what is the essential and quintessential philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Once we follow the disciplic success and become a devotee, everything will be revealed. Krishna said, I revealed that to knowledge. I reveal this knowledge to those who are devotees actually. And why does Arjuna question this about? Because to know that, because Arjuna is asking question, you told that the son god Vibhasana is nearby birth to you. How can I understand that in the beginning you instructed this science? Because when Krishna was fighting, that time Krishna was at age of 89. He is a friend of Krishna, Arjuna contemporary. So 89, 90 years. So you was thinking you are only 90 years, you are my contemporary. Now you are speaking to me that Arjuna, I have spoke this to the sun god 2 million years ago. How can I understand? It's not that Arjuna is confusion. Arjuna knew the position of Supreme Lord. But in order to defy the demoniac atheistic people, they say that, oh, Krishna is ordinary. No, Krishna is not ordinary. In order to prove that, so that's why he's asking this question, that how can I know that the science you spoke a long ago to Vibhasan, the sun god, because you are my contemporary. This is a valid question, not to defy the demons, because sometimes demon deride that, oh, Krishna is normal, maybe ordinary, little bit of, extraordinary quality. That's all. And great historical personality. But they have no idea. Therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Avajananti mama muddha manusim tanu asritam. Ajananta param brahma mama vutta maheshwara. They do not know when I take in the human form. They have no access, understanding my transcendental opulences. Ajananta param brahma mama vutta maheshwara. So and then Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Lord is answering it. Bahuni me betitani janmani tabacha Arjuna tani aham veda sarvani na tvam veda parantapa. So here it is the starting of the divine nature of Krishna appearance. Krishna here reveals his transcendental position about his birth and activities. How, first of all, he told that Bahuni me, I have taken birth, Arjuna. You have taken birth many times. I have passed many times. I remember all of them, but you cannot. Why it is possible? So supposing, what is death? Death means forgetfulness. Prabhupada said death means forgetfulness. So whatever we have learned at the time, after the death, we forget everything. We start again. So we forget all the things. all our history, what is past. Even we forget whatever we have taken last week. We have forgotten whatever we have learned from last week also. So this is there, what to speak about death. So our body is material, but Krishna is revealing here that I remember, Arjuna, but you do not remember. Why I remember? Because my body is spiritual body. Your body is not spiritual body. So therefore, I remember all my past birth, everything. But you do not remember it. So the difference between the human being, our birth, we are taking birth, material body, and we are dying it again, repeated birth. For Krishna, there is nothing like that. Krishna is Ajanma, Advaitam, Achitam, Anadiri, Anantarupam. He is not supposed to die. He is not dead. Krishna is spirit soul. Krishna is supreme spirit. So there is no question of his body and himself is non-different. Everything is transcendental form, absolute body. In the next verses, he is telling, Ajo pisan abhyatma bhutanam ishvara pisan prakritim samadhisthaya. Although I am unborn, I am transcendental body never deteriorates. Although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So Krishna body, our body is different. Our body we received according to our karma. Krishna is not according to karma. Our body is material. Krishna body is not material. Krishna comes with his sweet will. We come according to karma. Karmena daiva netrena. Another verse is in 1322. Krishna said, it is said that Purusha prakristista bhungte prakriti janguna sad asad janma janmisu. According to our action, according to our connection with modes of material nature, we take birth. That is karma. According to karma, somebody has a Bill Gates body, somebody is human body, somebody has some other species. But for Krishna, there is no such karma. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phalasva. So this is very important to understand that Krishna and our body is totally, our position is totally different. He is achutya, he is unborn. He told, I am unborn. Ajopisan abhyatma. And he told that he descends not according to karma, his internal potency. He is not controlled by this material nature, because material nature is working under his control. Maya dakshina prakriti swate sacharacharam hetu nane no konte jagate viparivartite. So therefore he is explaining, Arjuna, because you and me, there's a different. You are living entity, but I am Supreme Lord. Even Rishabhadev is telling that these beautiful verses, so many references of the verses we can check here, that how Rishabhadev is telling that my body also very, is inconceivable body. It is not made up of material nature. Idam sariram mama durbhibhyam. My transcendental body, Sachidananda, looks exactly like human form. It is not material human body. It is inconceivable. Try to understand. Although it looks like Krishna, two-handed, everything like a human-like, so but it is not human-like. It is inconceivable. Therefore, Krishna says, Avajananti mama mudha manusim tanu asrita. So his body is different. And I am not forced by nature to accept particular type of body. No, he is not forced. We are forced. Our body is forced according to our karma, but Krishna has no karma. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phalasva. Nothing, no karma will affect. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. So that is the difference between human being and all. So in another places also, Kapila Devi is telling that this body is not, my body is, what did they say? In these beautiful verses, Kapila Dev is speaking to, Maitra is speaking that Maitra said, O Vidura, after observing the source of his appearance, namely personality of Godhead, Brahma prayed. The source of his, Brahma prayed. No, this is not the verse. What is that? 3:9:36. Yeah. This is verse where Kapila Dev although I am not easily knowable by the conditioned soul, you have known me today because you know that my personality is not constituted of anything material, especially none of the 5 gross or 3 subtle elements. So here you should know that Krishna is not under his material nature. He does not come, Atma Mayaya. He does not come with this material nature made up of 5 gross elements and 3 subtle elements: earth, water, fire, ether, and mind, intelligent ego. So this is the constitution of this Krishna's body. So he is here categorically saying, because I remember everything, because my body never deteriorates. My body never deteriorates, because the spiritual body cannot be. That's why I remember all my birth. I'm omniscient. I know everything. I know when I spoke to the Supreme Lord, to Arjuna, just to Vivasana, the sun god, to establish the fact that one should not take Krishna as an ordinary man, he or historical man, historical great personality. No, he is the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita everywhere, Bhagavan Uvacha, Bhagavan Uvacha. Here it established that how his appearance is transcendental, divine appearance, spiritual appearance. Krishna did not come from the womb of the mother, Devaki. He appeared as a 400 form, then converted into the 200 form. So this is that's why he remember everything. Now we can see that what is the difference between the Krishna's and our conditioned living entity. Eternal and remember past, present, future. Never forgets. He's infallible. Because his body never deteriorates, therefore he remembers. We are eternal, but forgets, because our body is material. Our body means how we remember: mind, intelligent, ego. But we forget, our body is destroyed, the gross and subtle body. Of course, subtle body will remain there, but gross body is destroyed. Therefore, we forget. Although we are eternal, but because we are engaged in this material body, which is subject to die, destroy, we forget. Krishna remember all the birth because body does not change or deteriorate. We forget because body changes and deteriorates. Krishna appear his own will. We are forced to appear by karma. His body is transcendental, our body is material. And Krishna body and self is no different because he is absolute. Our body and soul is different. Soul acquires the external body. So that's why this question has been answered by Krishna, that Ajopisan Abhyatma Ishwarapisan Prakritim Swam Adhishta Sambhavani Atmamaya. That I am not ordinary, I am the supreme person. Then Krishna again reveals that why he is coming. What is the purpose of his coming here? What is the proper purpose of divine descent? What is the purpose of God descends? God takes the incarnation. That is important because we have so many festivals like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Narsingadev is upcoming, Ram Navami come. There are so many avatars there. Avatara hi asankhya, Hari. Hari has so many avatars, like a what do you say, waves in the ocean. It is stated in these beautiful verses. It's like a waves in the ocean. So many incarnations. In these beautiful verses, it is stated that Lord has so many incarnations. Advaitam Achutam Anadir Ananta Rupam. Avatarahi Asankhya Hare Sattvanidar. Oh Brahmana, the incarnation of the Lord are innumerable, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible source of water. So Lord's incarnation is so innumerable. Ramadi Murtisu Kalaniya Manutishtam, Rama, Narsima, everything, so many incarnations Lord has. So incarnation means whenever Lord descends, that is called incarnation or avatara. Descend means avatara. When he comes to the material world, that is called incarnation. And out of all incarnations, Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnation. It is said that Etacham Sakala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Soyam Indrani Bakulam Lokem Murjam Tijuge Juge. All of the above mention incarnation are either a plenary person or person of plenary person of the Lord. But Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on the planet whenever there is a disturbance is created by the atheist. Lord incarnate to protect. This is a very, very important point not to remember now for every time, because everything is our festival. Krishna consciousness movement is festival. Appearance, disappearance, appearance of Lord, appearance of all the things. So we should understand that what is this appearances. Appearance means he appears, he manifests. He is not born. He is not born. He told, I am unborn. He is manifest. Yada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam agasmasa tadatmani srijami. Srijami means manifest. He is not born. He is manifested. He come. That is the first point to be understood in incarnation. Second point to when he comes, jada jada hi dharmasya glanir. The scheduled time is that 28th millennium of 7th Manu. In Dwapara Yuga, Krishna appears. That is one day of Brahma. But he is not obliged. He is not obliged to come. His incarnation comes like a rivulet every time. So many incarnations. Asankhya. So he is not obliged to follow the rules. Even you say Krishna has been declared as 3 Yuga. Means he comes as Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Tretya Yuga. But Kali Yuga has no incarnation. But he still came in Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Channa Avatar. Because Kali Yuga people's standard is very abominable. People have they are not religious. So he does not want to take incarnation or do some pastime like this. But nonetheless, out of his causeless mercy, he came as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the grab of a devotee to teach us. Teacher. Therefore, there are so many incarnations he comes. It's not particular schedule. He's not obliged to that schedule. Although there is a schedule, is not obliged to. For what purpose does the Lord descends? Lord say here, yada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Wherever there is a decline in religious practice, is very, very important point here. Dharma means what? Dharma means not that particular faith, religions like faith in dictionary meaning. No, today I may profess Hindu, today I may profess Muslim, today I may profess Christian, I may change tomorrow. That is not dharma. Dharma means is a occupational duty or characteristic, intrinsic characteristic. Just like dharma of water is liquidity, dharma of fire is heat and light. Dharma of sugar is sweet. So that dharma, you cannot separate it. There is no question of that sweet will, sugar will taste as salty or salt will taste as sweet. That is intrinsic nature. Intrinsic. This is intrinsic nature. This is called, this is the intrinsic nature of the human form of life. So dharma means a characteristic, occupational characteristic. Dharma, so our dharma according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that human form of life has a dharma. What is that dharma? That jivara swarupa hoye nitya krishnara dasa. That means we are servant of the Lord. We are part and parcel and we are servant of the Lord. So real dharma means sarva dharman parityada mam ekam saranam bhaja. To surrender to Krishna. But when we forget that jada jadai dharmasya glanir, when there is a discrepancy, when there is a negligence in executing our dharma, that means when we are not interested in Krishna consciousness, not interested in hearing, chanting, all the things, that time Krishna say that I descends to establish the dharma. So that is one point is there, that important point to understand, that our highest dharma to become God consciousness. When there is a negligence, Krishna come. That is the purpose of Krishna coming. Abhyuthanam adharmas means there is a predominant of religion. People are not interested in God. People are not interested in all the things. So he comes and set the rules. Again, establish the dharma. He is the epitome of dharma. And during this establishment of dharma, he told Paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya cha duskita dharma sanstapana arthaya sambhavani juge juge. So this is the prime purpose of any avatar, whether it's Ram avatar, Narsingh avatar, everything. Wherever there is a decline in religious practices. Why there is a decline in religious practices? Because when one become atheist, turn away from the Lord, then there is no preservation of this dharma. Although there is one very important point that, see, Lord is so compassionate, because Lord says that to protect his devotee, to establish the dharma, to annihilate the miscreant, he comes. Particularly dharma sanstapanartha, and during this process of establishing dharma, he has to protect his devotee and annihilate the miscreant, destroy the miscreant. But these three things can be done. He does not need to incarnate. As far as dharma sanstapanartha come, he can send his representative, like Prabhupada, Acharya, Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya, all they can establish the dharma on his behalf. He does not need to come. And as far as protection of the devotee is concerned, chanting is enough. Chanting is very powerful. Nama namakari bhutani jasarva shakti. Lord has deposited all his potency. By chanting, one will be protected. And in case of annihilating his demons, all the demons, he does not need to come also. His agent, Maya agent, one earthquake died, so many people. One tsunami died, so many people. He does not need to come. Material nature is enough. But the question is that why he is coming? That is the point. He is coming out of his mercy, causeless mercy, to give pleasure to his devotee. Otherwise, there is no way of, he has nothing to do with material world. For killing one demon, Ravana, one demon, Hiranyakasipu, why he will descend? They are only spiritual world, only he will kill them. Jasyoiko niswasita kalam athabalamba jivanti lava. By his breathing process, billions of planet has been coming out. And within that billions of planet, one planet is there. And in that one planet, one atheist is there, Ravana or Hiranyakasipu. To kill them, he does not need to incarnate, but he comes because he is very much loving to his devotee. He himself said that, I come for the sake of my devotee. This is a beautiful verses Brahmaji speaking, that why Lord is coming. So this is a very secret one, this internal reason of why Lord is coming. Without coming also he can do his work. He is telling that prapanam nisprapanchapi bidham vaise bhutale prapanya janatananda sandaham prathibhum prabhu. My dear master, although you have nothing to do with material existence, you come to this earth, imitate material life, just like Ram is ideal husband, he is going to the forest, all the things he is doing like a material life. He is so much attached to his wife is kidnapped, therefore he has to fight to get back his wife. All these things he is imitating just to expand varieties of ecstatic enjoyment for your surrendered devotees. Enjoyment, because we have to hear, everybody has a tendency to hear about either Bollywood, Hollywood or something. So Lord is coming here also to show his pastime as a blockbuster movie. As a hero, you are lifting 100 kilo, 200 kilo, 300 kilo and become a great Olympiad gold medalist. Everybody is asking autograph. You are in the force with so many leading magazine front page. Lord is telling you, see me, I can lift whole Govardhan hill in my left hand and left finger. He's showing all these things, all these activities. You want to be a so much romantic hero, you are going for Bollywood, Hollywood, all the things, running around the bushes of... So Lord is telling, yes, I can also run around the bushes of Vrindavan. Go around the Kalindi river, near the Kalindi Kadamba tree. He's showing that how I can also make better than you, Rasalila. As far as romantic affair is concerned, who can surpass the Lord? So he's showing that you are so much devoted into all these mundane things. To drift us, to divert our attention from matter to spirit, Lord is coming and enacting all his pastimes. which is very related, like a human form of life, related, so that we will be hearing all the past time and attracted to him. Whole idea to attract to him. Our material existence due to our divert our attention from the Lord, turning away our face from the Lord. And we are so much attached to Bollywood, Hollywood. Oh, so much. This very good racer, very good weightlifter, very handsome man. World, what is that? Universe, what is called this beauty pageant. So Lord is showing who can be so beautiful than me, handsome than me. He's showing who can act so wonderfully than me. So we should, if that's why he's coming to show that my transcendental activities, my activities are superhuman, not ordinary. So Brahmaji again confirm one of the beautiful verses. So Brahmaji is again very nicely is clarifying this why Lord descends. This Lord descends is very important. Anugrahaya bhaktana manusim dehamaastita bhajate tadriskida yes sutta tata parabhavet. When Lord assumes a human-like form to show mercy to his devotee, he engages such a pastime as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated to him. That is whole idea. We can think of Krishna, we will drift our mind to Krishna. That's why he's coming as a human form of life, so that we can relate. Oh, his human form of life, and he's acting so superhuman. Because everybody is like to be attracted by something opulences. If one is very beautiful or handsome, we are attracted. One is very famous, we are attracted, like Bill Gates, Ambani. Sorry, Bill Gates, Ambani are richest, like Bollywood, Hollywood, Messi and all. They are all famous people, so we are attracted. If somebody is very knowledgeable, we are attracted. Einstein, Adolf Hitler, Sir Isaac Newton, Sir Albert Einstein, so and so forth. If somebody is very renounced, we are also, oh, he's so renounced. Renounce means he has everything, but still he is very normal, simple. He renounced, just like Lord Ramachandra. He renounced immediately, went to forest. Lord Krishna, immediately he renounced all these gopis and went to Mathura. Even Dwaraka also, although he has so many opulences, but Krishna is very renounced, detached. He used to get up early 4 o'clock in the morning, Krishna himself, to set example. So all this quality Lord has him, and he's enacting that. Everybody like the Superman, everybody is after Superman, Batman, Krishna is showing that who can be more Superman than me. I killed, when I was 6 days, I killed Putana. When I am 6 months only, I killed Sakatasur. When I'm 1 year, I killed Navata. When I am 3 years, I killed, I delivered the Arjuna tree. When I'm 7 years, I lifted Govardhan. I killed Bakasur, Agasur, Varishtasur, Kesi. So he's showing that who can be superhero. Lord Ramachandra showing that who can be superhero, who can be. They say that Taj Mahal, wonderful, is an epitome of love. So Lord Ramachandra is showing, for my wife, I can construct a bridge that will float, that will defy the gravitational force, that will defy the science. That is the supremacy of the Lord. He is enacting to attract us. Here I am. You are so much attracted to all the material things. I am also showing more better than that. More policed, more superhuman. I can defy the gravitational force. NASA also find out that, now NASA is finding out that bridge over the Indian Ocean to go to Lanka. So all these things Lord is displaying to attract, to divert our attention to him. That's why he's coming. That is actually the prime reason, prime aim, prime aspiration. That why, prime purpose why Lord is descending. Otherwise, there is no question of that. Otherwise, that can be done in so many other way, actually. So there's a beautiful verses, similar verses you can find that how Lord is coming in Bhagavatam also, more details little, and that he elaborate that Sisu Govipra Surasadunam Chandasam api Chetas Rakhyam Ichatam Tanurdate Dharmasya Arthasya Chaiva. Sri Sukadev Goswami say that king for the sake of protecting cow, Brahmina, demigod, devotee, Vedic literature, religious principle to fulfill purpose of life, supreme personality, God had accept the form of incarnation. That is the whole idea, to arouse Krishna consciousness. Because we have torn away. He is a father. He is a very affectionate father. We are so adamant. We have no mood to reconcile. But he is very, I mean, how much he can go down. You know, his magnanimity is so much so that Putana came to kill him. But externally, he was pretending as a mother and trying to feed him. But internally, his attitude is very atrocious. Externally, his attire is very attractive. But Krishna took is the positive side. Okay, anyhow, pretentiously, at least he approaching me. Never mind. Because he approached me pretentiously as a mother, I will take a positive side and give the status of the mother. How much he gives the concession to the conditioned living entity. How much magnanimous. Therefore, Sukadev Goswami tells, Kamba dayalam saranam bhaja. Who is that person? Anybody can take shelter other than Krishna. So much magnanimous. Then this Putana's brother Bakasur, younger brother is Aghasur. Aghasur came, he was an embodiment of sin. He wanted to kill not only Krishna, to all these cowherd boys. When cowherd boys and Krishna will be killed, their parents will be very much in separation, also die. That means whole Brajavasi will be died. That was his plan. So much malevolent, malified, so much maleficent intention, malicious intention he came. But Krishna nonetheless delivered him. He got the Sarupya Mukti. Because he came as a gigantic snake. And all these people, they thought that it is a nice cave for playground. They went inside. Then Krishna understood and he went inside and become expanded. So much expanded that, you know, this Aghasur died. But his soul merged into Krishna. And so later on he got not Saujya Bhakti, it got eventually the Sarupa Bhakti. Same form as the Lord 400 form in Vaikuntha. So one may ask how it is possible, because somehow and other Aghasura, for a moment he was thinking of Krishna, because when Krishna entered into him in a very devotional mood, as soon as he touched the body, Krishna's body touched him, he gets this ample opportunity to get out from this material world. Same thing happened for Ajamil and Gajendra. See, Gajendra was what is an animal, how he understood to pray. Human being also, we forgot, we cannot memorize the verses. What to speak about the elephant. When Gajendra was going to Chitrakut, Gajendra was where? When Gajendra was in Trikut mountain, he went to a lake to have a fun and frolic. Gajendra means an elephant king. Along with his wives, relatives, entourage, he went to the lake. And inside the lake, he was doing he was frolicking, having fun, having chillax and relax, doing all sporting water sports. But at the same time, as soon as there is a crocodile in the water, that lake, he caught hold his leg and pulling him. That is happening. We are all like Gajendra. We do not know. We are coming to material world, turning the face away from the Lord. And we are trying to be happy. We are trying to have a fun and frolic, rest and relax. But we have no idea that this undisturbed happiness can be checked by the unprecedented, unexpected danger of time factor, like a crocodile. Crocodile is like a time factor. He's catching us, catching our legs and pulling down, chewing us, pulling down to be drowned. And this fighting was going on for 1,000 years. Elephant is not a watery body, water species. So his strength becomes so depleted and he could not do anything. At the 11th hour, he was going to be drowned or died. He immediately remembered the prayers and prayed to the Lord. Even he did not address the Lord names. He was speaking about the good attribute quality of the Lord. All the demigods are hearing, nobody came. Although they are capable, but they did not come. They are not so compassionate. But Lord, although he is not addressed directly as Ram, please come, Narsingadev, please come, nonetheless he comes on the Garuda, seat of the Garuda, and rescued elephant, Gajendra. So here point is that Lord is so compassionate. First of all, he came. And secondly, how Gajendra remembered the prayers? Because Lord is inspiring him with it. In the previous birth, he was doing some prayer, devotional service. So Lord made him to remember that prayer. And he was praying with very fervently pray. Lord could not stay, immediately came, very hastily came, Bhagavatam says hastily came, and took the elephant Gajendra from the lake and killed that crocodile. That shows the magnanimity of the Lord. Paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya duskitam dharma sanstapana. This is why Lord primary reason of coming. Ajamila also, he was so sinful. He was a good Brahmana, but he was captivated by Maya. He saw a prostitute hugging and he took that prostitute, abandoned his wife, and he was doing all sinful activities in order to maintain that prostitute. He had got 10 sons. At the 88 years, Jamaduta come because you are sinful. Jamaduta come to take away. Out of fear, he is calling his son. His son name was incidentally Narayana. So he calling Narayana out of fear to his son. But Narayana, real Narayana, Krishna, took it as no, whatever it may be. He called my name, take my name. That means at the time of death, he is taking my name, means he is eligible to come to Vaikuntha. Immediately Vishnudutta comes and stop him. You cannot take. Get out here. You cannot take. So how Lord is magnanimous? That is the purpose of Veda Jadai Dharmasya, because we forget Dharma. We are not interested to go to temple. We are interested to, chant the Hare Krishna. Particularly in this age, the Dharma means, the beautiful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara. In Kali Yuga, Krishna has descended as a Nama Avatara, as a holy name, Hare Krishna mantra, Maha mantra. So his Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that in this age, there is no other Dharma than chanting the name of the Lord. In these beautiful verses, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has revealed that Kali Yuga, what is our Dharma? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here giving this, that Krishna mantra hoite hobe sansara mochana, Krishna nama hoite bhabe Krishnera charana. Sorry, 74. Namo binu kali kale nahi ara dharma, sarva mantra sara nama, ei shastra mama. In this age of Kali, there is no religious principle other than chanting the holy name of the Lord, which is the essence of all Vedic hymn. This is the purport of all scripture. All scripture, Veda, Vedanta, Vedangas, Smruti, Shruti, everything you find out only one way in Kali Yuga. See, chanting, that is our dharma. Therefore, wherever the discrepancy in dharma, Lord is coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to teach us. Your dharma is to chant Hare Krishna. So he is teaching us. That is why this Lord appears as incarnation. That purpose, to arouse Krishna consciousness among the living entities. Otherwise, we cannot go back to Godhead. Our whole aim of life is to arouse Krishna consciousness and go back to Godhead. Nate viddu swartha gatimi Vishnu. Particularly this human form of life is afforded only for that purpose. All other species, there is no chance. Therefore, Lord himself said that I am very satisfied when the human species is created, because human form of life is a privilege, is a prerogative to follow the dharma, and make the life successful. That is whole idea, that why this human form of life is given more responsibility, priority. Bhagavad Gita is not meant for the animal. If we supposing I invite animal, my pet dog, come and see, they will not come. Even they come, they cannot understand. If they understand, they cannot implement. Only human form. This human form of life has got the privilege. Dharma eka adhika vishesha. Therefore, Lord has come to teach us that this transcendental knowledge is very important, that I am subservient, eternal subservient of Krishna, and I have to surrender unto him. So whole Bhagavad Gita purport is culminate to teaching, is culminate to the point of surrendering to the Lord. That is the real dharma. Sarva dharman paritab. So, in this regard also, there is a beautiful thing is there, like like Krishna himself say that this my purpose of coming, why all this all this pastime I am doing, because I wanted to set this example so that everybody will go and follow the path.
On year 11, Prabhu.
11.
The slash should be there, I think.
Oh, slash. Okay. Slash is missing. Yeah, 11. 1. This is a beautiful verses Prabhupada quoted also. Here Krishna say that in the last chapter, see that in this way Krishna very easily spread his glories. Supreme Personality of God and Krishna is reservoir for all beauty, all beautiful things emanate from him. And his personal form is so attractive that he steals the eyes away from all other objects. Everybody likes this beautiful thing, beautiful object, beautiful building, beautiful woman, beautiful everything beautiful. So here Krishna is coming as a beautiful form to attract us, who seemed to be devoid of beauty in comparison to him. When Lord Krishna was on the earth, he attracted the eyes of all people. When Krishna spoke, his word attracted the minds of all who remembered them. By seeing the footsteps of Lord Krishna, people became attracted to him. Thus, they wanted to offer their body activities to the Lord as his followers. In this way, Krishna very easily spread his glories, which are sung throughout the world by the most sublime, essential Vedic verses. Lord Krishna considered that simply by hearing and chanting those glories, conditioned soul born in future would cross beyond the darkness of ignorance. Being satisfied with this arrangement, he left for his desired destination. See, that is very, very important. Why Krishna said everything? So that we can divert the attention. And by hearing and chanting, just like we are glorifying, hearing and chanting now, his glories, his teaching. In this way, we can cross it. Otherwise, there is no other way to cross in this age of Kali. It is stated only in these verses that particularly in this age of Kali, it is said that, my dear Lord, those pious and saintly person who in the age of Kali hear about your transcendental activities and also glorify them will easily cross over the darkness of age. They do not know how to go that. That is the problem. They do not have idea that how to cross this ocean of material existence, how to cross this age darkness of the age Kali. Everybody is trying their own process, but Bhagavad Gita said that there is one process only. What is that process? By hearing and glorifying these activities of the Lord. That means to studying the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Therefore, we have said this, the nectar pastime of the Lord. We have said these scheduled classes, every Saturday Bhagavad Gita, every Sunday Bhagavatam. Simply by hearing and glorifying, we can easily cross. It is said that easily cross over the darkness of the age. No need of austerity. We cannot do austerity. Everybody is an enormous stressful life, exceedingly busy life. Everybody struggling for existence, fittest for survival. Everybody has problem. Manda sumanda mataya, manda bhagya upadrita. Duration of life is also very short due to irregular habits. Also, everybody is misdirected because our education system never teaches us about the science of Godhead, science of soul. Everybody is disturbed due to age of Kali, quarrel. So how to cross this darkness age, this abominable age? Simple process, particularly in this age of Kali, it has given very, very simple process. No more austerity like, Satya Yuga, they are undergoing very severe meditation. And Tretya Yuga, they are doing Makhai, means Jagya. There's so much ghees, and Brahmanas are expert chanting mantra. Now all the Brahmana in the age of Kali, they have joined IT. They do not speak this Brahminical language of Sanskrit language. They speak about C, C++, all the things. Different language they are speaking, database language, this language, that language. In Dwapara Yuga, there are so much opulences, like extravagant worship of the Lord, diamond, gold, so extravagantly worship. Our worship is even no, sometimes we use plastic flower also. Not in the temple, but temple also you go see and see how sometimes it was not attended, the deity is not attended, as if they are crying. That is the situation. Therefore, in Kali Yuga, Parikit Maharaj is asking to Sukadev, Kalir Dosanidhi Rajan, in this age of Kali, there is an ocean of faults. How people can cross over this age of Kali in this darkness of age? So to answer this, Sukadev Goswami is telling that very nice, very nicely replied that in this age of Kali, Kaler Dosanidhi Rajan Asti Eka Mahaguna Kitana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramjad. My dear King, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. What is that brilliant quality? Simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage, be promoted to transcendental kingdom. Therefore, this Kali Dharma, this chanting of holy name and hearing about the Krishna Katha, that is two things is very Savanam Kirtanam, is the most essential and foremost of bhakti. In this way, we can divert the attention. So therefore, Krishna says that already we have seen that verses. Krishna made all these appearance activities only for us to glorify them and hear about them. That means most important for any devotee to study Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. That is enough to go back to Godhead, to pass over this darkness of age. Very, very important, these two things. So we can move to the next one. Krishna, same thing as repeating. Very important verses. Prabhupada quoted mostly. Janma karma chame divyam evam jo beti tattva takta deham punar janma naiti mameti. So Arjuna, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activity does not upon leaving the body takes his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, Arjuna. So this is very, very important point. The how to go back to Godhead. So our human form of life is, I will open this this very nice folio because you can see it properly actually. So whole idea of our thing that how to go back to Godhead. This is stated in Bhagavatam. What is our main idea? What is the human form of life meant for to go back to? Prahlad Maharaj is coming, the Nrsimhadev is coming. One must learn this. Simply attending Nrsimha Chaturdasi as a one-day affair, little fasting and feasting with Ekadasi food and drama, all the things, that is not enough. That is good, we remember, but that is not enough. So here it is said that Nate Biddu Swatha Gatimi Vishnu. Person who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life, who have therefore accepted as their leader or guru, similar blind men attached to external sense object, cannot understand the goal of life is to return to back to Godhead. So our goal of life is return to go back to Godhead. People do not know. If a patient does not know the disease, how can he approach the medicine, doctor? And how can he take this medicine? There is no question of cure. Therefore, it is stated, even Prahlad Maharaj is also stated the same point to his demoniac friends, classmates, that Yathahi Purusheswa Vishnu Pada Upasarpanam. The human form of life affords one chance to return home to Godhead. See, home back to Godhead. That's the whole idea. But we do not know how to go to Godhead, how to go back to Godhead. Therefore, Krishna is revealing in this Bhagavad Gita that to go back to Godhead means you must understand my janma and karma is transcendental. There are two types of paths. Path of impersonalism and yoga. There are people impersonal. They say that God has no form. And some people going to Himalaya and doing Ashtanga Yoga. That is also authorized. Both are authorized. And one path is called devotees. Those who are Krishna consciousness, hearing, chanting, all the things. So the path of impersonalist yogi is not good because it's very difficult. Krishna himself said that if you concentrate on concentrate on me in an impersonal way, that is very difficult. Because we cannot love something which is no no form. That is not easy. I mean, that is not easy, that difficult. Krishna say Bhagavad Gita, Klesha adhikatarab desam abhyakta sakta chetasam. For those whose mind are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of supreme advancement is very troublesome. To take progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Very, very difficult. Therefore, Krishna is appearing. His purpose to appear like a human form of life because he has the original forms. Although one of the aspect is impersonal, but his conclusive aspect or final aspect is supreme personality of Godhead. He is a person, Sachidananda Vigraha. Therefore, Krishna says that Janma Karma Chame Divyam. The Bhakta are not going to the impersonal path because it's difficult. Lord himself says that it's very difficult to approach me. But if you follow this process of bhakti, that is called Krishna consciousness, path of devotee, then it's very, very easy. Even after you follow impersonal, that is a partial success because you cannot go to Krishna Lok. You cannot go to Vaikuntha. You can go to the Brahma Jyoti only. That is also partial success. You may fall down. It is stated in one of the verses 10 to 32 that impersonalist can also prone to fall down. That is stated in these beautiful verses that ye anya arabindaka vimukta manina. But someone may say that aside from devotee who always seek shelter of Lord's lotus feet, there are those who are not devotee but who have accepted different process of attaining salvation. What happens to them? That is what Krishna is telling your Bhagavad Gita. You become a devotee. You do not follow that impersonalist way or other process. Lord Brahma and other demigods say, oh lotus-eyed Lord, although non-devotee who accept severe austerity penance to achieve highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence is impure. They fall down from this position of imagined superiority because they have no regard for your lotus feet. So this impersonalist also same thing. They have no regard of lotus feet. They do not come. They think that this form of the Lord deity is just a idol worshipper. They do not know this is the ideal worship. Lord is manifesting so many ways to bring us back to Godhead, to arouse our Krishna consciousness. An easy way, very simple. Lord is not making us complicated to go back to him. That is his quality and classic uniqueness, unique attributes. Therefore, the path of devotee is Krishna consciousness. It's very, very easy. Janma karma chame divyam. Simply understand his activity, janma and his appearance and activity. Krishna appeared not by his karma. Namam karma nilimpati. He told in previous verses, I come as my will according to my internal potency. By my internal potency, I come according to my will. My body never deteriorates. So we should understand that it's transcendental birth, not the ordinary birth. And second thing, we must understand that his activities is divyam, just like he's stealing. His stealing is not like Abba stealing. Abba stealing is condemned. Chor, 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 thief, thief. But his stealing is worshipable. Although people call him butter thief, but they never sent him to jail. Rather, they worship Makhan Chor. Braje prasiddham namanita choram. He is very famous as a butter thief in Braja. And everybody likes worship that one. We worship Makhan Chor. That is the different. Because he's absolute. Everything belongs to him. In my house, how can I say I am a thief? In my house, everything belongs to me. I can eat, I can do anything. That cannot be said, I'm stealing. Supposing I withdraw account from my, we withdraw some money from my account. I cannot be said, I'm a thief. No. Because this is all my money. So everything belongs to Lord. His stealing is, or with dancing with gopis, stealing the butter from gopis, everything is absolute same. But when we do, that is abominable. That is forbidden. Just like Prabhupada give an example. A healthy people can eat rasgulla, can eat everything, but a diseased person is forbidden to eat. Is forbidden to eat. Because his disease, he cannot take this. It's not suitable for him. If you're trying to imitate also, my brother is taking paratha, I am now jaundice, I can take paratha. He will aggravate his situation. Our problem is we are imitating. Why Krishna is going for all these gopis, we also will have so many gopis. Then you will be fall down. Why Krishna is doing stealing butter, I also going to steal something. Then you are condemned, you will be sent into jail. Traffic light is for the vehicles on the road, not for the aeroplane. Aeroplane are not supposed to obey the rules. Therefore, Krishna is not supposed to be obey all this our material thing. He is beyond the matters. Therefore, we understand that his janma is so transcendental. His activity is also transcendental. He is supreme. Therefore, he can lift the Govardhan. He can kill even in 6 days. He is God when he is small. Sometimes they say that we are all God. Now we are trapped in Maya. Then if we revive, then we also become God. That is wrong. Because if Maya is more powerful than God, then Maya is God. This argument is not so good, so logical. So God is God always. 6 days he killed Putana. So he is God everywhere. Every time, under all circumstances, he is the God, supreme God. So if we understand that Janma Karma Chame Divyam, his activities are transcendental. How he is stealing the cloth. This is also transcendental. He is stealing this cloth of the gopis because gopis are praying to be husband. To ask that gopis is asking that I want to be Krishna praying to Katayini, Parvati, that please bless us that Krishna will be our husband. But how can Krishna be husband? Therefore, he is making a scheme so that I can steal and he will come as a naked, as a wife cannot be, a woman cannot be naked before anybody other than husband. So he is accepting as a husband. Everything should understand that Krishna's activities, although seemingly is contradictory or some kind of immoral things, but it is not immoral. It's supremely transcendental. Supremely transcendental. Every activities of the Lord is supremely transcendental. Ram is going to the forest. He could have protested, but he is doing because he has a mission to kill Ravana. So he is going for that. His all activities is sweet will. He is not forced by somebody's circumstances. No. Lord is not forced by circumstances to act like way I'm acting. No. Ram is not supposed to be Maryada Purushottam, but he is acting to set an example so that everybody will learn from him how to set an example of Maryada Purushottam. Krishna is coming how to set as a Lila Purushottam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming and setting an example of Prema Purushottam, how to chant the holy name and sprout love of Godhead. So therefore, his activities and birth is very much transcendental. One must know, one should completely convince in the fact that everything Krishna says. Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was asked to tell lie. He told, no, I will not tell lie. He disagreed with Krishna. Because of this, he went to hell. Arjuna did not go. Arjuna obeyed, Karishya Vachanatava. But Yudhishthira Maharaj, so-called Dharmaraj, and he defying, he told, no, I cannot speak through a lie. Whatever Krishna say, that is truth. He is absolute. Dharma tu sakyat bhagavata pranitam. Yada dadai dharma means what dharma consists of the order of Krishna. If Krishna say you do that, that is dharma. There is no question of good, bad here. Krishna is not about good, bad. He is transcendental, divine. His activities, appearance, everything divine. That understanding there means you can go back to Godhead. Not that, oh, Krishna telling lie, Krishna inducing Arjuna to fight, Krishna inducing to become violence. All these things because they have no idea about Krishna. They have not studied Bhagavad Gita under the guidance of spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master. Every activities of Krishna, you just give me one act where it is immoral or seemingly immoral, but everything is transcendental. Every activity is very much transcendental, pretty much transcendental. Therefore, one who understands that his appearance and activities is not like the similar as ordinary human being, it is transcendental. Then Krishna says, Taktya deham punarjanma naiti mameti si Arjuna. Then he will not take birth again. That is important. Whole idea is to not to take birth here. Beautiful verses. Prahlad Maharaj, I was giving other day the class. It is said that supposing we are supposed to live 100 years, Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga has got 100 years. Actually, in other Yuga, they are 100,000 they are living. In Satya Yuga, Valmiki, they are doing 60,000 meditation. Valmiki did 60,000 years of meditation. Ram, 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 Ram. Then everywhere his whole body become filled with ant. Therefore, his name is Valmiki. Valmiki means ant hole. And from ant he is coming out. Therefore, his name is Valmiki. 60,000 here he did tapasya. Then Tetya Yuga, there are people are staying 10,000 years. Dwapara Yuga, 1,000 years. Krishna stayed 125 years, 1,000 years up to. In Kali Yuga, 100 years also that is not possible nowadays because of so much irregularities. Taken for granted, everybody is living 100 years. 50 years going by sleeping. Prahlad Maharaj is speaking. 50 years, everybody is sleeping. That means 12 hours we are sleeping means 50% is gone by simply by sleeping. This is a beautiful verses I'll show you. That how important is the understanding Krishna. 764 let's 5 maybe. So in this beautiful verses is division of 100 years. So in this verses 6, so every human being has a maximum duration of life of 100 years. But for one who cannot control his senses, half of those years are completed lost because at night he sleeps 12 hours, being covered by ignorance. Therefore, such person has a lifetime only 50 years. So 12 hours sleeping, somebody may say, I am working Prabhu only 6 hours. But to prepare for the sleep goes another 6 hours. Sometimes you do not do also, that is also like sleeping. So out of 100 years, 50% sleeping. Then another 10 years is childhood. Another 10 years is boyhood. Then 50 plus 10 plus 10, 70 years gone. Another 20 years is wasted because of old age, invalid. We cannot do even material activities. So 90 years, that means 90% of our life wasted. Only 10%, that is 10 years. That 10 years also, we are so much attached to family life due to our uncontrolled senses, we forgot or neglect Krishna consciousness. So how precarious is. Therefore, Krishna is coming to teach us, don't do that. You remember easy process. Janma karma chame divyam evam jabeti tattataha takta deham punar janma naiti mameti solvena. Simple process. No more complicated austerity. No more complicated worship. Simply process. Simply hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. That is simply process. No more. Because in this life, we cannot complete all the scriptures. Yesterday, I was posting that more you know, more you get to know how less we know. There are Vedas, 4 Vedas. There are Vedangas. There are Shruti and Smriti. Vedic literature is divided into 2, Shruti and Smriti. This Shruti is Vedas. I will show you that, how it is categorized. How to understand all the things, very difficult to understand all the things. Therefore, the easy process is that simply stick to Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and chant Hare Krishna, you can go back to Godhead. Here it is said that Shruti and Smriti, Vedic scripture. And this Shruti is divided into Vedas, Upavedas, Vedangas. Vedas also Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, Arthava Veda. And they have also Samhita, Aranyaka, Brahmanas, Upanishadas. Upavedas are Dhanur Veda, Aur Veda, like this. Vedangas are Kalpa, Sikhya, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chandas, Jyotisha, all the things. Then Smriti also so many things. Tantra, Puranas, 18 Purana, Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata. Inside Mahabharata, we are reading Bhagavad Gita. Saddarshan also there. Ritual Shastra. So many things are there. How to complete in this short span of life? Very difficult. Therefore, Prabhupada said that only two things is important. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, that is called Krishna Katha. Simply by two things, we can go back and chant Hare Krishna. That's enough in association with devotee. That's enough to go back to Godhead. Simply two things, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Our knowledge is of, because Bhagavatam is the natural purport of commentary of all scriptures, Vedanta. So therefore, in this way, we are wasting time. So Krishna is giving this beautiful thing that you do this, that you understand my Janma Karma. How to understand Janma Karma without studying Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam? How to understand? We do not know who is God and how he appears, what is his activity. We should know from the God and from realized soul. Therefore, we are reading, studying Bhagavad Gita spoken by the God and Bhagavatam by Vyasadeva or Sukadev Goswami. The realized soul, empowered incarnation also. So finally, Krishna is in this theme, Krishna is telling about finally that being vitaraga bhaya krodha man maya mam upasrita bahava jnana tapasa putam mad bhavam agata. Being freed from attachment, fear, anger, being fully absorbed in me, taking refuge in me, many persons in the past become purified by knowledge of me. Thus they all attain the transcendental love for me. Krishna also giving that not that I am speaking you just like theoretically. No, in history, many people adopt this process of understanding my appearance and activities as a transcendental. They have come back to me. Therefore, this knowledge is very important. Purified by knowledge. Krishna says purified. Bahavo jnana tapasa. Purified by knowledge. Therefore, this transcendental knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is very important. But who is materially affected to understand, they cannot understand. Those who are too much absorbed in material activities, they cannot. Vita raga. Raga means what? Raga means attachment. So much material attachment means negligence to spiritual life. It leads to negligence of spiritual life. We cannot focus when you are so much attachment to material things. That is called raga. Bhaya means fear. So much fear means like, means material, so much fear means attached to material body. So they cannot also attain me. They cannot understand me. Krodho means angry. If somebody is very angry, they cannot understand also, because through angry, all their memory, intelligence will be lost. And those who are taking complete shelter of me and understanding my appearance and activities by the knowledge, they can come back to me. Because it's not easy to understand. Although it seems like Krishna already say a very good concession that, oh, easy, simply by understanding Krishna is transcendental, he is supreme God. So very easy for me, I can go back to Godhead. No. There's a stages is there. The stages has been given by the Rupa Goswami. We will end the classes with this beautiful Rupa Goswami that Adau Shraddha, it is there, Adau Shraddha Tatha Sadhu Sangha Atha Bhajana Kriya. There are 9 steps is there. First step is called Shraddha. Shraddha means we have little faith, we have come to Krishna consciousness. Then we will have an association of devotee. Association of devotee, why? Because we will have a chance to hear and educated by them. Hear and learn from them. Also chant. Sravanam Kirtanam is possible by devotee association. Then Bhajana Kriya. Then we will do as the devotee are doing, chanting and hearing. Also initiated by spiritual master. After that, it will come to the Anartha Nirviti Sat, means all the unwanted habits, all the dirty things, all the misconception will be thrown out, will be cleared, cleansed, vanquished. Then we will fixed up. No more deviating, no more material things, only spiritual, fixed up. When we are fixed up with the practice, hearing and chanting, then we will get the taste. Slowly, we will get the taste of hearing and chanting. No, I will attend. Definitely I will attend the classes. After all, something about Krishna consciousness, something the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Then after the ruchi, then athasakti means attachment will come. Without taste, I cannot attach. Na. I have supposing rasgulla. Rasgulla is very tasty means I am attached to rasgulla. Otherwise, I am not attached. I may be attached to something else if it is not so tasty. So attachment come after taste. When attachment comes, then bhava, emotion will come. Oh, I am so emotional because I am so attached to my car. If a car is getting dent or getting accident, broken, I got my emotion, I am crying. Similarly, when I attach to God, I am also crying for the Lord, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nayanam galada asrudharaya badanam gada gada ruddhaya gira. So this is called attachment, a bhava, emotion. Then finally we get prema. Prema means we are love of Godhead. That is the process, not that immediately I can understand the God or understand Krishna telling Janma Karma, then I'm immediately. No, you have to develop that, purify by properly. Then you can understand Krishna properly. The prema will come. Yugaitani Misena Chakusa, I cannot stay without you. My Lord, I cannot stay without you. So that kind of anxiety, that kind of bhava, emotion will come. I cannot separate from you. That is called bhava. So in this way, Krishna is teaching us that what is the history of this knowledge, also what how the by the what is my appearance, the nature of my appearance activities. You know, by the knowledge, by this transcendental knowledge, you can come back to me without easily come back to me easily. So this is the second theme. We will continue our other theme because already it is late. So we will do this all other thing, like how to apply this transcendental knowledge, how to understand our karma on this platform, and how to attain the transcendental knowledge and result of attaining transcendental knowledge. It's very easy actually. It's all connected. First, we know the theme that what is this transcendental knowledge. Then, this transcendental knowledge means to go back to Godhead. That is relationship. Krishna's telling in chapter 4, text 3, that what is that he telling? That Jogo Prakta Paratana Bhaktasmi, he is telling the Soeva Mate Adya. That means the very ancient science of relationship with Supreme is told by me to you. That is called this transcendental knowledge. What is my relationship with Lord? Because I have forgotten the Sambandha Jnana. That Krishna is now introducing what is our relationship. That is real dharma, our relationship with Supreme Lord. That is transcendental knowledge. And how to apply this knowledge, how to attain this knowledge. So Krishna will be speaking further in the chapter. So thank you very much. If you have any question, we can ask. You'll see this. God is good from day one, correct? God is always good from day one. Then apapa viddhi. God is apapa viddhi. Apapa means there is no apapa. Papa will touch the Lord. He's apapa buddhi. He's transcendental. He's not under the material nature, under the modes. So therefore, he is apapa. Narayana parabhakta. There is no papa will, as he is absolute, there is no papa. He is angry, his love, both are same. He is angry with enemies, also he is showing his love by liberating it. So everything is equal actually. So any questions? What is anartha nirviti? Anartha nirviti means unwanted habit. Supposing so many anarthas are there. I have a class actually previously. I was giving the two type of anartha is there. First of all, there are 4 kind of anartha Bhakti Vinod Thakur has given. Anartha means offensiveness, offensive to the devotee, offensive to addicted to the bad habit, like drinking, smoking, all these 4 have particularly these 4 sinful anartha, like intoxication, gambling, and meat eating, all these 4 illicit sex. These 4 things is anarthas are there. Apart from this, all other anartha like false ego, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, maschara. Kama means lust. Krodha means anger. Kama, krodha, lobha means greed. Mada means envy. Maschara means envy. Mada means madness. All the proud, maschara, all this illusion. Moha means illusion. All this called anarthas. This anartha, unless anartha is cleared, we cannot attain Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is showing by killing all the demons. All the demons are representing anartha. Bhakti Vinod Thakur has given in Chaitanya Sikhastakam all these demons, like from Putana to Kesi and Bhamasur, all they are representing different anartha. So Krishna is killing them. Unless we kill this anartha, we cannot attain Krishna. We cannot attain Krishna. So this anartha has to go. Unwanted habit due to our material attachment. That is anartha. Artha means has value, some value. Anartha means just opposite, which has no value. So any action which has no value, that is called anartha. What is this value? Value means anything which is connected to Krishna has value. Otherwise, it is useless. Sarma evai kevalam. That is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's definition of anartha. So thank you very much. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. All wishes. Thank you very much for Nectarian classes, all the classes. Very nice. Prabhuji, anartha and this one, what do we call that? Offense.
Yes.
Offense is like offense toward Vaishnava, Dhamma Aparad, Nam Aparad, Aparad and Anartha. So Aparad is this Anartha is the bigger set and this offense is subset of Anartha, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Anartha is a superset. From anartha, this aparad is coming. I have given a classes. I will give you very means elaborately this what are the anartha is there from the Bhakti Vinod Thakur. There are 4 type of anartha. In every 4 type also it has been divided into another things are there. So what are the anartha here? It is I will tell you little bit of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. You can see my notes here. That Bhakti Vinod Thakur is telling that there are 4 kind of anartha. Hudaya, which is blocking our spiritual cultivations or to attain Krishna. 4 primary blockage. Hudaya Dovalya means weakness of heart. Aparadha, all kind of offenses. Vaishnava aparadha, Nama aparadha, Dhama aparadha. There are different aparadha. All kind of offenses. Then Asat Trishna means material desire. Then Tattva Vibharma, illusion about spiritual knowledge. There are primary 4 anarthas are there. And one of them coming as a aparadha. And in that aparadha also there are nama aparadha, offenses to the name of the Lord. 10 offenses to nama aparadha. Every day we are chanting every morning. Nama aparadha. Seva aparadha is there. We are neglecting the seva to this deity. Vaishnava aparadha, that is most dangerous aparadha. Then jiva aparadha, offenses to the other living entities. Even without preaching also, that is called jiva hinsa. That is also aparadha. Jiva aparadha also inflicting pain to others. They are called 4 kind of aparadha. This is a subset of anartha. So I have already given one class on this. I will post it that class too in this group actually. For details of anartha and how to get over this anartha. And one more very nice nice thing is asked to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. What is anartha? Anartha is that which blockages us, separating us from artha. Artha means ultimate goal of our life, Krishna. Krishna is artha amara. Aradhya devata brajasya Savai punsam paro dharma jato bhaktir adhokyacha. Nate viddu sata gatimi visnus. These are our artha, means ultimate goal of life. That is blocking by anartha. How anartha can be vanquished? By serving our material senses. When we give up our serving material senses and turn our face toward the service to the master of the sense, Husikena Husikesa Sevanam, that means when we do Husikesa Husikena Sevanam, that time we will do the we will vanquish. Well, one beautiful thing sent by the EISKM position and uses BBT published up to 1970. We are presiding this short paper in order to satisfy. Read the full paper. Article know whether minimize important and syllable books are always. This is about the uses of BBT books published after 1977. Yes, this is called anartha. That is the elaborate subject matter of anartha. We are here stuck up in anartha. That is the dangerous. Therefore, we have to be very careful. Spiritual life means it is said that what is called razor is razor while saving razor. If you little inattentive, there is a blood. Khurasya dharasya nisita. Khurasya dharasya nisita. Very sharp edge. Durgama patha kavya badanti. Kabaya badanti. The knowledge people say that it is very difficult. Spiritual realization is like a very, you should be very attentive. Otherwise, there is so much anartha will blockage. So there's another question from Ranjit, sorry, our Prabhu. How to understand?
Prabhu, before
Yeah. Is that clear?
Prabhu, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you very much. If you don't mind sharing that your note, maybe you have shared earlier in WhatsApp group, but for sake of reading,
Yeah, I
going
will.
through, can
I'll
you
today. I will
share the
share in the
link?
group. Sure. I will say. Yeah, I'll share the groups. Although related
Thank you,
classes.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So Hare Krishna,
Prabhu. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. One very important question. Um, how to understand the 11, 12 cantos are genuine to read because they are not translated by Srila Prabhupada. If fallen souls has translated 11, 12 cantos so beautifully, how to understand the translator is fallen? See, this is very important. Dimtri Prabhu also given a detail one in that we can take that notes also. ISKM stand up to reading this 11 canto and 12 canto is bona fide. May not be go through the purport if it is not written by the if it is written not translated by the acharyas, but the translation Prabhupada approved it. Prabhupada himself quoted 11th canto, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all they quoted 11th canto. Uddhava Gita is very details, very elaborate of Bhagavad Gita. Is the extension of Bhagavad Gita actually. One must understand. I am going to even start the classes. Yesterday I posted that I am going to start this Uddhava Gita soon. I have already posted tomorrow that based on the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Translation is concerned, there is no different because it's just translating word to word. There is no different. Prabhupada is approved also. Even he was there, he approved. Even some other people, something they're translating that he approved it. But purport, if it is given by the fallen soul, that may not be accepted. But as far as translation is concerned, translation, and you can read the commentary, you can commentary of our predecessor Acharya. Even Prabhupada has given the overview of 11th canto and all. Here and there, he has quoted important verses. So Uddhava Gita covers the major part of 11th canto of Bhagavatam. Is considered the sequel of Bhagavad Gita. Because Krishna has spoken to Uddhava Gita before he disappears actually. It has got 23 subjects and very elaborate understanding of the things. So we are not going to read the purport which is written. Yeah. Yes.
When are you going to start, Prabhu? Which
It will
day?
be started. Maybe next month or we have a Ratha Jatra festival. Maybe after Ratha Jatra, I am thinking of that. This is very important to learn. And we will go through the commentary of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. We have a book that. But still in Bhagavatam also, Prabhupada Bhagavatam, we can go through it without purport. And I have found out that most of the purport is given by the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So there is no harm to read them. Only the purport of fallen soul we may not read because it will have a least effect. Because Krishna called Uttama Sloko, Udgatatama. So the writer must be above the modes of material nature. Otherwise, he cannot write about Krishna, just like Vasudev. Vasudev is writing when he was in maturity and he is exalted. Mahamuni Kirte. Very beginning, it is stated that Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni, he is a Mahamuni, also empowered incarnation of Krishna. So nobody can write about Krishna unless he is above the modes of material nature. Uttama Sloko. Therefore, he is called as Uttama Sloko. Udgatatama. Therefore, we may not study the Udayananda Prabhu has written this purport, his own concussion or own statement, but whenever he is presenting the purport, which is translated by Bhakti Siddhanta, from the Bhakti Siddhanta and other, we can very well read. That is allowed by Prabhupada even. And for more informations, we can go yes, Rimsri Prabhu is correct. That he is telling that lot of the purports are from previous Acharya, and it is a nectar, no doubt of the fact. There is no denying of the fact. I have also gone through all these 10 canto, 11 canto, nectar, because purport by these Bhakti Siddhanta and Acharyas, very, very effective, very nectar. Tadera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Bas, our whole idea to follow Mahajana Jana Geto Sapanta. There is no harm. And you can read this, Dimtir Prabhu has sent our position. So we can go through it to justify that it is okay to understand 11 and 12 cantos are genuine, and it is, although it is not translated by Srila Prabhupada, but it is under, because our predecessor Acharya has translated, most of the purport is mostly translated by Acharya and mostly given the purport commentary by the Acharya. So it is all right. So any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Yes.
whatever you are sharing the verses, those verses you have put in the list in your thing, right? Verse numbers you have mentioned in your presentation, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
What number? Not
Just
only
wanted
that,
to-
I am also sending you the important verses also. So that is sloka, important sloka, along with this one also. So all the things are there. All the things I have noted down. What are the verses I have sent already inside this slide actually. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
So
Thank
thank
you
you
so
very much.
much.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much.
much,
Thank you for attending. We will continue our classes. We will finish, I think, next session we will finish 4th chapter, because rest of the themes are very easy, very not so much difficulty, complexity. The fundamental is, foundation is important. So we will finish it 4th chapter, then we will continue with 5th chapter and subsequent chapters. Thank you very much. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. All goes to all the devotees.
Yes.